Looking ahead of the elections, how do we ensure violence-free polls? There's also that debate about the distribution of the permanent voter cards, let alone deployment of the military. So much just going on as we look forward to that March 28th and April 11th date. We're joined now to discuss some of these matters by Reverend Father Raymond Anoliefo, who is the Director, Justice Development and Peace Center, JDPC. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
Well, many may not understand what JDPC is about and what you do. Just give a quick background to JDPC.
Okay. Good morning, viewers, and good morning, everyone. JDPC simply means Justice Development and Peace Center. It is, for all intents and purposes, the social arm of the Catholic Church. Pope Paul VI had propounded many years ago that wherever the church exists, there must be structures that fight injustice. And so, beginning from the Pontifical Council for Justice and Peace, that's in the Vatican, it trickles down. You have it on the regional basis, then you have it at the national basis, and then you have it basically at the or the diocesan level by way of state. Being a Catholic arm, every state where the Catholic Church exists, there is the Justice Development and Peace Center.
How are you connected with the elections?
Well, since the turn of democracy, we have been monitoring, let me use the word observing. We've been observing the elections since the turn of democracy, and I think we owe it as a duty to help protect the mandate of the citizens, to help ensure that the citizens know their rights, they come out and vote en masse, and equally protect that vote. So basically, we are the social arm. We are the social arm of the church. We take it away from the pulpit onto the streets. Some people have termed us the Aluta of the church.
Well, looking at what you've observed so far, because I do not believe that it starts with just election day. I mean, what you do is usually before the elections as well. The process is leading up to the election. And one of the biggest controversial processes that has been with us for some time now is the distribution of the permanent voter cards. Can you tell us your observation in that regard?
Okay, well, you're very correct. We had, for now, we're still on the pre-election stages. Mm-hmm. And having trained a number of observers for Lagos State, particularly that I'm the director for the Justice Development and Peace Center of Lagos, throughout the period up until now, we know there are still issues regarding the permanent voter cards. Personally, I had my own challenges, knowing full well that 4 years ago I registered somewhere in Ekpe, and now I'm somewhere in Yaba. I had to travel down there to get my card, and to be greeted with the shock that when I got to the center, I was told to produce the temporary voter card, but I couldn't. I didn't have it there. And I asked, what do I do? I said, well, if I have any passport, I could provide it. And I brought out the passport, and they scanned through and they found my card. They gave it to me. Unfortunately, I can't go back there to vote because I now live in and work in Yaba. So it's always a problem. And then many of our volunteer workers and even those who are observing elections for us have also had that complaint, the challenge of not getting, as at yesterday, some persons in my office have not yet gotten their PVC. So it's a major problem, but we want to believe that INEC is acting in good faith, that they intend to make sure that we have these PVCs taken to their owners well ahead of time before, whether it's going to be possible that we're going to get everybody getting their permanent voter card is another kettle of fish completely. But then in this case, they already have about, as at yesterday, I think it was about 74 or 75% voter card distributions. So we are hopeful that, okay, just before the elections, so as not to have any group of persons disenfranchised. So we're hoping that, and on our part, we noticed it was slow at the point, but now it's picking up. We've got reports that equally people have been collecting. They came to my center, they came to my office, and we helped go down to INEC office to plead their cases. And some of them have come back that they have actually got their permanent voter cards.
How do you get these reports? Is it from some or from all of your observers? And how many are there in Lagos?
For the purpose of election, we have trained 712 election observers, cut across all classes of persons, from those who are members, direct members of the Justice, Development and Peace by way of in the Catholic Church, and then those we work with Form 1, the association, Muslim Association for that is a Muslim association, but it's all about women. They are also with us, and some other civil society organizations, we've also trained them, and they are working with us for the 2015 general election. So we have, for now, have 712, but not all of them are not, they are coming under our platform. So basically, part of our training, we have our training manual, which of course we called some of it from the INEC manual, and because we have a pedigree of doing this over time, so it's not like it's our first time, and we keep doing it. We have reproduced the manual, and this time around we are equally using some technological device we call it the e-poll agent, by way the individuals who are observing the elections will go to the polling units and to the various centers where they are to observe with these devices, as to monitor the election, as to observe the election, and they report back to the back-end center, which will be at our office in real time.
Well, you haven't told us if you have any, formal meeting with INEC, if you have met with, or you have some kind of alliance with other religious bodies, like the Muslim Women Group and a couple of others. How have you reached out to INEC, especially when you know that some complaints also come to your office?
We on our part, we reached out to INEC, the office in Lagos, but because this is just Lagos, and JDPC is not just all about Lagos. JDPC covers the entire Nigeria, and so the National Secretariat is in Abuja. We have our Secretary General in the person of Reverend Father Evaristus Bassi. So he conducts the affairs generally from there, and they have had high-profile meetings with INEC. That was where we all sent the list of observers and the names of observers with their passports to Abuja, and they sent it forward for accreditation. So on that level, I personally don't have that direct interface with the INEC boss, as the case may be, but they do it on our bits, and then they give us the feedback.
Then how do you pass your message of non-violence in the election to people?
Okay, that we do in varied ways. As we speak, we've had about 3 just within the first month of the year. Precisely on the 1st of January, we had a peace rally on the 1st of January within Yaba axis. And then, because January 1st, the Catholic Faith, is the World Peace Day, and so we had a peace rally, and then we talked about the no violence. Then, on the 31st of January, we had a pre-election sensitization rally from Maryland down to Ikeja. It was a couple of media houses were there as well. And the idea is no violence. That was our slogan. No rigging, no ethnic bigotry, no mudslinging, no religious crisis. We don't need all of that. And basically, that's our message. We have.
And what's the vibe you get from the people when you sell this to them?
Yeah, we get varied vibes, and that brings me to my own position or my own perspective to the entire situation. That a lot of people, Nigerians now, have become more enlightened. That's one. 2, Nigerians, few Nigerians are equally upset with the system, and because of that, we find out that not too many people in the elite class actually come out to vote. And that's what we've come to discover, that majority of people who actually come out to vote en masse, actually the everyday citizen on the streets. And that's why we decided to take this message to them And while we were having the rally, some person said to us that whatever it is you are doing, who will win will win. And, you know, that sort of apathy is there. People feel, okay, this talk about not violence or protect your mandate, one man, one vote. It's just a cliche that has been coming and going on and
But
on
for
and
you,
on.